Hello, my friends. I hope you're doing good and I hope you're doing well. So, we are going to catch a live trade right now. This is a live trade. If you're watching this video right now, you should be able to trade this right now. We are catching a trade on Euro USD and gold using the same strategy. Now, on gold, we have had a trend line which has been trending below. So, this is a bearish trend line which has survived for the past over a week. So, this trend line has been existing for the past over a week. We have a first touch here. We had the first touch at this level. We also had a second touch at this level. So on the fourth touch, we have had a break above. And then the market has come to retest that level. And we are saying it must retest, according to our rules, we are saying the level must retest on a psychological level and also on the same trend line. So we can see from here that the market was traded above, but on the retest, there was no psychological level around this area to retest off of. So because there was no psychological level around that level to retest off of this level, so the market went to look for a psychological level that was right the most next psychological level. And then we had this psychological level that the market retested off of. So we can see that after retesting this psychological level, the market has started to trade above. So we can see that it has broken above again. So that means our trade is valid. And then we want to see the market. Now you can see this trend line also has that this is actually the second touch on this trend line. So that means we are at the same time we are trading a trend line bounce off and also a trend line break and retest. So it has bounced off this trend line with a wick over here. We have a wick over there. So everybody can see this wick at this point where the market bounced off. It bounced off the psychological level and also off this trend line after the break and at the retest. So the market is retesting this trend line. But like I said, the retest must be at a psychological level. So it was retesting and it retested at this zone. But the retest at this level did not make sense or did not give us an entry because one, it is not at a psychological level, and that is not our S setup. It's not on the psychological level, and also the retest does not give you any entry reasons or a reversal pattern that shows us that we are supposed to go into the market to trade in the buys. So there is no candlestick reaction here that shows us that we're supposed. And even when you look at back into the history, there's no reason why you should have traded this trade anyways at this point. So what happens is we wait for the market to come to the psychological level after the break and retest at the psychological level, and then give us reasons to go into the market. And then we have had one reason why we should go into the market, and then we trade that trade from. Then stop loss must be just slightly below the other trend line. I'm going to show you how to draw these trend lines so that they make a little more sense for us to trade them. Now let's look at Euro USD also and see what happens. So Euro USD also the same thing. Although this one is not yet mature, but this time you can trade Euro USD as a bounce of the trend line. This trend line has been surviving for the past about a week. Also, a little more information about this trend line. So we had the first touch at this level, then the second touch at this level. So we are having the third touch, and then the third touch we are having a bounce of the trend line. So that means we are on a good trade. So if that's the case, then what do we have to wait for? We wait for the market to give us a candlestick reaction that shows us that reversing our trade to the upside. So we have had an engulfing candle, very clean trade over here. We have a bearish candle and then a green candle has engulfed that trade. So possibly what you should do is you take a long trade from this position, stop loss right below here. And then now this is a trade that is going to have multiple entries. This is a trade that is going to have multiple entries on this level. So we are targeting this high. Number one, that's the first trade. Second trade, we want to break above this level. Once we break above this level, we must be able to have another trade entry from here. After it breaks above this level, now we are going to have a break of structure and then back to the retest. So the market is likely to move to come and trade above. So we want to see the market trade above, then break above this level, and then come back to this zone, and then want to break above this level, also break this trend line, and then come and retest that trend line on this level. Now, this retest must be at a psychological level, preferably on this. If the break is above, we must have a retest of that trend line. Once we break above this zone, we must have a retest of that trend line. and then we push back the market up to the upside. So that's our live trade on EURUSD right now. So if you have not yet considered, you must be able to be going to take these trades right now, and then we preferably would love to get some money off of, but we want to break and retest. Now, if we do not retest off of a psychological level, we retest off of our support and resistance level. So the market is likely to break above this trend and then come and retest at this support level, and then we're going to trade up to the upside. So this is what you're going to be looking at for now. If you should be able to take these trades right now, and as in right now, because it's a live market analysis. Thank you so much. It's Cashpips again, and if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please consider to subscribe. And thank you so much. And I sign up as Cashpips. Thank you.